Video on how it's a couple tips that I have for scaling your small business, whether it's apparel or just whatever you want to specialize or work in that you're kind of doing it all on your own. This is my PR for about a month. Obviously, like this wasn't the first drop, and it took multiple successful drops and practice to get to this point. But I'm not gonna sell anything. This is completely free. If you have questions, just comment down below, and then I'll get to that maybe in another video. So number one is unnecessary spending. Just kind of take a step back, maybe like an hour of your day, look at what you're spending income in from the business on, whether it's maybe goods that don't really add to the value of the company, necessary equipment, kind of like gadgets, things like equipment that you're not really going to be using more than once, more than twice. I'm not going to buy this unless I use it more than 5 or 10 times. And after like 5 to 10 times, you just put it on marketplace. You don't hold on to it too long, because it's just going to be a liability. Like say you buy a red Komodo camera when you could just rent one. It's a liability. It's like a 15K loss in equipment when you could really just be spending like 100 a day and ship it back the next 2 days. Examples of this could probably be like drinks, lavish dinners. Don't skip to that lifestyle when you make your first nice figure on your Shopify or on your statement. Just remember that you should probably just kind of hold back and wait a bit until you're in a really comfortable spot where you can do things like pay off a mortgage, invest in some property, or your business is at the point where it's producing a number that you weren't aware that you were capable of. Second thing is reusables. I just mentioned this. 5 to 10 times. If you're not going to use it 5 to 10 times, don't buy it. Maybe rent it for a day. Test it out before you use it. Other items like standing desk. I have a standing desk right here that I'm using as a tripod, and it's been pretty useful. It's a lot more space, but if I didn't need it, it's either getting returned to Amazon, because Amazon has a really good return policy, or it's going on Facebook Marketplace. Reusables. For your third point, you're probably going to want to look into promo services that you can get in-house. Not necessarily like you're doing them on your own, but maybe you can call in a favor, because a lot of times, especially in a metro area like Houston, Texas, people will charge like $2,500 to shoot a promo. And I know that you can write it off, but that doesn't mean you're not paying for it. You're still paying for part of it, so that's probably like a good chunk of it is an amount that you can save. And if you can just work off handshake deals, in my opinion, then you can save a lot of money. Maybe if it's pop-up services, you give the store a little bit of apparel that they can just give out or sell on their behalf, and they'll let you have a booth for free. That's what I've done. Another thing is like promo services. I do them myself since I am into cinematography, so it's a lot easier. But if you're not, try to make a relationship with someone where you can make a deal happen between you guys and there's no money being extracted. And if there is, it's at a minimum and you're just truly grateful. But it's not shady, it's more so you're being smart with your expenses, because in the long run, even though you write it off, it's still an expense. So that basically covers keeping things in-house. The only thing that you can't really keep in-house is like printing, or if you're running like baked goods, I guess, then you could bake them at home. But try to use family members to help you out. Like packing, I would just have friends. Yeah. Number 5 is keep figuring out which ads work, because especially with like Instagram ads, you can lose up to maybe $250 in like a week just on ads that don't really apply to any audience whatsoever. It has to be effective. It has to be trial run. It has to actually work. So do your research. Make sure you're not just putting an ad out without making sure it's actually going to work. I know Meta, you can test specific ads and then they'll give you the data for that, but just save yourself the money and time and make sure the ad is going to be useful and not just kind of I know for me it was like making the ad and publishing it was instant dopamine, but down the line I was losing a lot of money. I was losing like $300 trying to use ads for getting followers to the account, which could help because you have more of an audience, but at the same time, I think Facebook ads just work the best, where you can just post on a shop app. Boiling frog lifestyle. So the boiling frog lifestyle is like you make your first 5K and then you buy like a nice piece of jewelry, maybe a watch you've been eyeing, you buy bottle service, you buy a trip, and slowly like these gradually growing expenses will catch up to you. Say you buy like a really nice jacket because you made it 5K. So you buy like a $500 jacket. Next thing you know, you're buying $1,000 jacket and it's not really a big deal. Or you're buying a $1,200 flight to the East Coast because you can now afford first class. And they always say this, like, the boiling frog lifestyle is, if you drop a frog into boiling water, it's going to jump out. But if you're sitting in a pot and it's slowly increasing over time, it doesn't notice, but it's going to die. So with the boiling frog lifestyle, it's very important that you stay conservative and you don't just start increasing the rate of your lifestyle at the same rate as your business, because it's just going to cancel out. And then the bonus, I don't really have a bonus I can really say right now, but it's probably the most important thing out of this, is number 6, your boiling frog lifestyle, and number 2 and 3. I think handshake deals help a lot, help save a lot of money. And I think with my handshake deals this year, it's like, for example, if someone offers to pay for your studio time and you do their media work. So I did that once. They saved, I guess you could say $300 to $500, but even though the ad wasn't as best as it could be, it was a trial run. And I've done that myself. I've had someone run a trial production for me. It didn't work out, but I didn't spend any money on it. So maybe these things will help you scale a little bit. This isn't like actual consulting CPA advice. This is just more so things I've noticed and I've felt work for myself. So yeah.